Shalom to Yoni Kempinski, who's here to update us on the current war situation.
Shalom, Aaron.
So what exactly is happening in Gaza?
Well, the ground offensive began Saturday night just after the end of the Shabbat. This is after days of Air Force pounding Hamas positions in Gaza. The exact number of Hamas casualties is unknown, as wildly conflicting reports have been coming out of the region, and Arab terror groups are famous or infamous for exaggerating or underestimating casualties depending on the political objectives of the moment. We spoke with IDF spokesman Captain Benjamin Rutland.
Shalom.
Shalom. So please update us. What can you tell us about the ground operation at this point?
Last night, IDF infantry, armoured and engineering forces entered the Gaza Strip in order to take control of the areas that the Hamas uses as a launching pad to fire rockets against Israeli civilians. The objective is to reduce vastly the ability of the Hamas to fire rockets on Israeli civilians and to damage the terrorist infrastructure of the Hamas.
Now, what is the reasoning behind the operation? Why not continue just from the air? Why endanger our soldiers?
Instead of investing in health, education and welfare, the Hamas over the last 2.5 years has invested in an incredible military infrastructure across the Gaza Strip. This includes tunnels, underground launch silos and other military installations. While it was possible to damage these from the air, a complete solution is only available with ground troops.
Now, Captain, tell us, the Hamas claimed to have kidnapped 2 soldiers. We understand that this was merely another tactic of terror?
At this stage, I can say that we have no knowledge of soldiers being kidnapped. The Hamas does make cynical use of the media and is prone to lie at all times.
Now, let me ask you, regarding the objective, one of the big critiques of the Second Lebanon War was the lack of clear objectives. Now, it seems that this time it's unclear what the objective is regarding the terrorist regime itself. Do we want to topple the Hamas or not?
The IDF has set very clear objectives. A, to vastly reduce the quantity of rockets fired out of Gaza, and B, to re-establish deterrence against the Hamas. I would say that the Lebanon War has been successful in re-establishing our deterrence against Hezbollah. We have had 2.5 years of quiet on the northern border, something that hasn't been enjoyed since 1978.
Now, we've heard that the IDF attacked a mosque in Gaza since explosives were being stored there. Is this a change in IDF policy?
No, there's no change in policy. Any installation, whether it's a religious site or not, that is being used as a military facility, which has arms, which is used as a gathering, communications facilities, or as a launching zone, is a valid target under international law, and we will target them.
Now, does that include hospitals and schools as well?
In terms of hospitals and schools, the most important thing is the principle of proportionality, which means that the military advantage of attacking the target must outweigh the collateral damage that might be caused. In the case of a hospital which might be full of civilians, the proportionality would just not be there.
Now, the IDF is putting much effort in the PR war. If you could please tell us about this battlefront.
In addition to land, sea and air, we really see the media as being an additional front and a place where the war is in many ways won or lost. The IDF works with a range of media organisations. We have now called up some of our reservists, and in addition we work together with other organisations on the internet. For example, we've created a new YouTube site which allows people from across the world to view videos that the IDF uploads. In the last 5 days we've had over 2.5 million hits to that site.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.